All right, guys, we're on a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and this we're going to use the KINGBOLEN scan tool on this. And this Jeep has a ticking noise coming from under the hood, a tapping noise, sounds like lifters, and his check engine light's on, and he went by AutoZone. They scanned it, and I think he said it was a P105C, I believe. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to see what it's going to take to fix this Jeep, and we're going to use the KINGBOLEN to do it. Okay, I just checked the software update, so hopefully, please upgrade to the latest version. I do have the latest version on here. This is an auto-auth compatible scan tool, and I do have it registered on the auto-auth website. We're going to select North America, and we're going to have a go at it. It is a little bit different to register on the auto-auth website. You have to register this tool under the Think Tool or Think Car brand. Think Car's who makes this, or KINGBOLEN makes Think Car. I don't know. They're owned by the same company. And you can see that it has unlocked the secure gateway module. So let's let it load up here, and we're going to see what we can find. Okay, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to hit System Selection, and we're going to go straight into the PCM. We're going to check codes and go from there. So read fault code, DTC information. And yes, P105C intake valve stuck in low lift position. So this car's got what they call a variable valve lift system on it, where it can actually, instead of variable valve timing, which it has that also, but the variable valve lift, it can alter the lift of the valves depending on engine load and RPM. So I did a little bit of research on this particular code. Let me kind of show you what I've got here. You're not going to be able to read this because it printed out so small. But basically, you've got these four lines right here. You've got VVL solenoid 1/1, which is bank 1 front solenoid, is responsible for cylinder number 1 intake valves. VVL solenoid 1/2, bank 1 rear solenoid, responsible for valves 3 and 5 intake. VVL solenoid 2-1, bank 2 front solenoid, cylinder 2 intake valve, or valves. VVL 2/2, bank 2 rear solenoid, responsible for 4 and 6 intake valves. So it's kind of weird how they got them divided up like that, but whatever. And they all have specific codes that you could have for any one of those. Unfortunately for this one, we have P105C, which is this one down here at the bottom. And it's got a little statement here. It says these faults set when the PCM detects that one or more rockers are stuck in the high lift or low lift mode. They are not specific to any of the solenoids. To determine which cylinder is being affected and setting the fault, the intrusive VVL service routine in the scan tool should be run to help determine the affected cylinders. So I hope this scan tool has got that feature. It shows both different solenoids. You got a front one and you got a rear one. Shows the diagram of the firing order. This is the schematic of the system right here. And this is showing the location of the solenoid. So you've got, here's the front of the engine pointing this way. Both your valve covers. These holes right here, your ignition coils. And then right in front of the ignition coils, you got your VVL 1-1, VVL 2-1, which are the forward ones. And then your rear VVL solenoids are kind of on the inboard side here, it looks like, of the engine, in the rear of the engine. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is go in here, and we're going to go in here into, let's see, we'll try special functions first. There's that service test also, that if it's not in here, it might be under that. So let's take a look here. All right. VVL service test. I think that's it. It doesn't say anything about intrusive, but it does say VVL, variable valve lift. So let's go into the service test. Let's see what it has. Performing this function may change the state of the vehicle. Yes, yes. This test is used for identifying stuck VVL hardware. Okay. Okay, so suspected cylinders, nothing there. I'm assuming that if it, at this point, suspected a cylinder, maybe it would show up there. I'm not sure. Okay, so what do we got here? So it looks like we got 2 cylinders that shows stuck low misfire counts. We got cylinder 1 with 2,048 and cylinder 4 with 768. Stuck low knock seconds. Not 100% sure what that row actually means. Max fuel correction percentage. Doesn't look like it had to alter the fuel, any kind of fuel correction for that. But to me, this looks like cylinder 1 is the most problematic cylinder. Cylinder 6 actually has 255 stuck high misfire counts. Okay, so let me see. Let's go back. Okay, what's this? Would you like to run a VVL service test? Yes. Okay, so there's a countdown. I would assume it's going to want me to start the engine. Okay, please start engine. And I don't know if you can hear that tapping. I actually got the engine revved up to about 2,000 RPM. There's a what sounds to me like a little bit of a lifter tap going on. Now the book says that after it runs this, it should come back and give us a, okay, idle just went back down to about 800 RPM. Should come back and give us a diagnosis of what it suspects, which cylinder is the problem cylinder. So we'll see if it is able to determine that. Idle's coming up, about 1,200 RPM. Yeah, you can definitely hear kind of a lifter tapping. Would you like to run a VVL service test? Okay, I already hit yes to that, so I'm going to hit no. Test run, service test run complete. Didn't really tell us anything. But whenever you first go into it with this service test button, it gives you that gives you this menu right here. So just going off of this, I would say cylinder 1, which would be the right front solenoid is responsible for cylinder number 1. All right, guys, so what I want to do is I'm going to fish through here. I'm going to see if there's anything else, either in the live data or any other functions. Let's see what's underneath the system test. Okay, there's nothing under system test that would be beneficial. Go back. Didn't mean to touch that. So you do have the cam phaser actuators that you can control. That is not what we need. Okay, let me fish through here. I'm going to go through all the live data to see if maybe there's something that's worth looking at. Then we're going to go out underneath the hood.